You're watching a video on PCOS, what it is, what's going on, the symptoms that you can have if you do have it, and most importantly, what you can do to start reversing those symptoms naturally. My name is Dr. Forrest Sauer. I'm a functional medicine practitioner, and I've been helping thousands of clients for the past 11 years fix the root cause of the problem. So let's jump right in. With polycystic ovarian syndrome, the name PCOS makes you think that the disease is derived in the ovaries, but it's not a disease at all. It's a metabolic hormonal traffic jam that just so happens to be located in the ovaries, and most OBs miss it. So what I want to go through is walk you through why that disease is happening in the ovaries and the patterns that you can start changing to start healing the disease at the root cause of the problem. Because once you start identifying the actual pattern of the disease, then you can actually have a plan to actually fix it instead of just continuing to suffer. Common symptoms of PCOS are irregular periods, difficulty with pregnancy, excessive hair growth, specifically most likely underneath the chin or nose or like a mustache, weight gain, thinning hair, so thinning hair where you shouldn't thin and thickening hair where it shouldn't be, and also acne. And with PCOS, there is no one-size-fits-all approach. With PCOS, it's more of a spectrum. Where is the hormonal imbalances coming from? It can be different depending upon what's going on. And that's why oftentimes one-size-fits-all approaches fail. Now let's start off with the most common reason why women are struggling with polycystic ovarian syndrome, and that is insulin resistance. This does a couple things. How your body works is your body is going to go ahead, and when you eat something, your body is going to release insulin. That insulin is going to actually drive sugar and nutrients into your cell. So your insulin is needed. Your body uses insulin to get vitamins and nutrients and sugar inside of the cell so your body can function. Without it, your body stops functioning. Now, when you have insulin resistance, what your body is going to do is it's actually going to start producing more insulin. And on the offset, you might be thinking, that's a good thing. That means more vitamins and minerals get inside of my cells, right? Wrong. Because when your body is smart. When you have too much insulin inside of your body becomes numb to the insulin. Therefore, it actually stops moving vitamins and minerals inside of your cells, making it resistant, hence the name. And therefore, the way to actually start reversing insulin resistance is to bring your insulin resistance or your insulin numbers back down instead of up, so that it resensitizes your cells to the insulin that is being released in the first place. Now, insulin resistance does a couple things. The first thing that insulin resistance does is it actually signals your ovaries to create more testosterone. Now, if you're a woman, yes, you need some testosterone, but you don't want too much. Common symptoms of too much testosterone can be, yes, an increased sex drive, which isn't bad for some of those that you want it, but the negative side effects are the deepness in the voice, the hair growth on the chin and under the mustache and or underneath the nose, and that makes you pluck those dark hairs on a daily basis. Otherwise, you're going to have more hair than your husband. So ovaries, like I said, insulin resistance causes the ovaries to increase your testosterone, giving you those male-like features. Decrease ovulation signaling to the brain. This is the reason why so many PCOS clients struggle with menstrual cycles and irregular menstrual cycles, is because with increased blood sugar, it will disrupt and change your cycle because of the signaling it has to the brain in the first place. Now, the last one is it drives inflammation. Insulin resistance drives inflammation, and with inflammation, you can think of it as something that will block and prevent all signaling inside of the body. It creates a huge amount of waste that your body has to sift through, and if there's a lot of inflammation, there's a lot of waste, and your body just simply stops working as efficiently as it could. If you're looking for help with your health and fixing it naturally, feel free to click on the link below and book your free 15-minute phone call with my team. And so the hormonal chaos that can be created by insulin resistance, as you see, are many. And we're going to dive more into inflammation here in a little bit, because that's going to be my next point. Let's go ahead and decipher, how do you know if you do have insulin resistance? Because your fasting glucose or hemoglobin A1C may look completely normal and your doctor says everything's fine. Well, obviously something's not fine because you got PCOS. If everything was fine, then you wouldn't have it. And so there's obviously something that is wrong that's driving that pattern to appear in your body. So insulin resistance will show up years before it will ever show up on a fasting glucose or hemoglobin A1C blood marker. Symptoms are you tired or have more or less energy after meals? Do you have brain fog in the middle of the afternoon? Those are all classic signs of insulin resistance. Now, how do we reverse insulin resistance? Great question. So here is how you balance out insulin resistance naturally without the use of medication. Step one is increase healthy amounts of fats and protein in your lifestyle. And I say this because in most cases, people are trying to lose weight and they turn to the stereotypical low calorie, high carbohydrate meals and snacks. This will only drive insulin resistance up, making the actual problem worse. By focusing on healthy fats like coconut oil, avocado oil, butter, ghee, these kinds of healthy fats increase the amount of calories that your body is able to consume and lower your blood sugar, making you feel more satisfied after meals instead of having to deal with the constant hunger. Protein will also do the same thing. It'll make you feel more satisfied after meals and giving you those long-lasting, long-burning calories that your body desperately needs. The next one is walking after meals. If you're struggling with insulin resistance, yes, do the healthy fats and protein, but because your body's in the pattern of dumping a ton of insulin after you eat, walking after meals forces your muscles to work. Just simply 10 minutes after a meal is all that it will do. And you can simply do this at work. If you're at work, go for a 10-minute walk after your meal. By simply doing that one time a day, it will drastically change how your blood sugar is actually being affected after you eat. So walking after meals for 10 minutes forces your muscles to contract and work, and it will actually start using the sugar that you ate for that meal. Next one, supplements. Berberine. Berberine is like the metformin for natural medicine. It is amazing. I use it on clients that are struggling with either insulin resistance, type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetics, even type 1 diabetics. It works great. But berberine will help naturally lower that blood sugar without the negative side effects. And possibly job change. If you're stuck in a situation or in a culture of stress, high stress, whether it be family, job, spouse, kids, stressful living environment, that stress will drive and make you more sensitive to insulin. And I've had clients where they've literally changed occupations because they were in a high stress job. They wanted to start a family. They knew that the job, because of the stress it was putting on their body, was actually driving the insulin resistance, which was giving them PCOS. So in the lady that I was thinking about, she changed her job. 2 months later, she got pregnant and she was able to start a family because she removed that stress from her life. Now, the next common problem is low progesterone. And if you have chronic low-grade inflammation in your body plus insulin resistance, that is literally going to steal and drive down progesterone naturally, because that is how your body is supposed to respond. If you're in a state of chronic inflammation and or blood sugar imbalances, you're telling your body it's not the right time to get pregnant right now. Therefore, your body, using its innate intelligence, whether you desire it or not, is not going to allow you and going to create difficulty with having pregnancy. Now, a false belief has been spread that you are actually estrogen dominant. And here's how this could be false. If your estrogen is normal, yet because of the inflammation and the insulin resistance, your progesterone is low, you're going to have the symptoms of being estrogen dominant. But that might not be the problem at all. Your estrogen actually might be normal, specifically when you have your labs taken, but your progesterone might be so low that your body's giving you signals and symptoms that it is dominant in estrogen. And so you take the vitamins and the minerals to decrease your estrogen, yet it doesn't make the problems or the symptoms go away because you're chasing the wrong problem. What you actually want to do is keep estrogen where it's at and bring up the progesterone, and that's going to actually fix the problem. Now, the next thing that low progesterone is going to do, it's going to disrupt ovulation, meaning your cycles might be short, they might be long, they might be heavy, they might be light. It's going to disrupt them at whichever direction that your body decides to bring you. Now, the next problem is cortisol. High cortisol is also going to steal progesterone away from where it should be and put it straight into estrogen and or testosterone. How do you fix it? Well, by fixing the root cause of the problem. So the fix for low progesterone is going to sound very similar to balancing out insulin resistance. Yes, you need to balance out and regulate your blood sugar so that your body can start signaling the body correctly. Decrease inflammation. Stop your body stealing progesterone from where it should be and possibly naturally increasing that progesterone. You can do this through vitamins and supplements or even some natural progesterone creams that you can put on your skin. But 9 times out of the 10, if you regulate your blood sugar and you decrease inflammation and you haven't had a hysterectomy, your body's going to start creating progesterone on its own. Here are some common false beliefs that I hear in regarding PCOS. The number one is just simply lose some weight. And weight is not the reason why you're having problems with your hormones. It is a symptom of a deeper imbalance. Once you actually fix the imbalance, you're going to start losing weight naturally. So if you're trying to lose weight for your PCOS, you're chasing the wrong target. Start focusing on the insulin resistance and decreasing the inflammation, and the weight's going to start taking care of itself. Now, the second thing that I hear most commonly is that birth control is the best fix for PCOS. And while most birth control will take care of the symptoms, it doesn't actually take care of the problem. It is symptom suppression, not actually fixing the reason why you're having a problem with either your estrogen or progesterone imbalance. By identifying your cause and your pattern for the reason why your body is struggling with PCOS, whether it be insulin resistance, low progesterone, or chronic inflammation, you're going to be able to recognize your pattern and start balancing out your hormones naturally. Guys, if you like this video, found it helpful, give us a like, give us a subscribe. It really does help the channel. My name is Dr. Forrest Sauer, and I'll chat with you soon.